everybody, it's Leanne, the Photoshop Queen of Schmoville. I'm going to be doing some movie reviews based on older movies. I think we have more than enough cable reviewers out there right now with everything that's coming out right now in the schmoes, Georgia McCann, etc. I feel like maybe we should have some reviews of older movies movies that we actually, like a lot, but maybe we never heard reviews for it other than like the late great Roger Ebert and things like that. So here I go. And the first movie I'm going to choose to review is one of my personal favorites, Pretty Woman, with Joy Roberts and Richard Gere. Also, Jason Alexander in an early role, kind of around the Seinfeld time. Movie's from 1990, directed by Gary Marshall. It is a really great movie. It's Joy Roberts was just this is her starring role. This is the movie I believe that truly made her. She had already done Steel Magnolias and had already gotten an Oscar nomination for it, but she got to really sink her teeth into the role of Vivian, the hooker with a heart of gold, or so it says on the things. But in this case, it really is true. The character of Vivian is a really great character. She's very multi-layered. She's good. She's just a good person. She's turning tricks, but at the same time, you know that she is longing for something more. She happens to be on Hollywood Boulevard one night on her corner with her friend Kit, and she comes across Richard Gere as Edward Lewis, who is driving a Lotus Esprit, I should say, and he has no clue how to drive it. This is a guy who's been driven around by chauffeurs his whole life, so he gets in a Lotus Esprit and he's promptly grinding the gears, which is just hideous on so many levels. He stops, he asks her for directions, and she basically comes back with, "Sure, I'll give you directions for 20 bucks." He wants to get to Beverly Hills. She gets in the car with him, and as he's attempting to drive, she's just kind of losing it because he does not know how to drive. So things things come to pass. She ends up driving the car and showing him how exactly it's done. He's staying at the Regent Beverly Wilshire Hotel, which is a very cha-cha hotel in Beverly Hills, and he asks her basically to come up for the night. Well, here's the thing. A couple flaws in the movie would be how exactly would they let him walk through the lobby of this hotel with obviously a hooker in tow. But you know what? We'll forgive those little transgressions. Basically comes to pass that he's going to be in town for the week in Beverly Hills, LA, that kind of thing. He needs basically somebody to be with him, to be like a significant other to him. So he asked Vivian if she would please stay the week with him. She says that she wants $4,000. He says, "I'll give you two." They settle on three. It kind of goes from there with it. He gives her money to buy clothes. She goes to buy clothes, and she's promptly met with the snottiness that is basically Beverly Hills. And when she, gets one dress, the manager of the hotel, Barney, he helps her out. He kind of takes a shine to her, and initially he's a little skeptical of her, but he sees that, maybe she is a diamond in the rough, and he helps her get set up because she's having dinner with Edward and, two people he's trying to take over their company. She needs a dress. He helps her out. The cool thing about the movie is as it goes along and you see that, Vivian becomes more refined. She's not meant to be a hooker. She's doing this because it's a necessity, not because it's the best thing to do for her. And it's really, she's just inherently good. Joy Roberts just positively shone in this role. She was amazing, very funny, good one-liners by her. But she presents that vulnerability. In recent work that she's done, she's a solid actress, but I feel like her early stuff is what really drew people to her because she just had this great sense about it, this great sense of vulnerability, and she could be, just a girl that you knew. You wanted her to come out on top in this. You wanted her to have the fairy tale, as she said. She wants the fairy tale. She is magnificent in the role. Richard Gere, he's always solid no matter what he does. He's a hell of an actor. I feel like he gets overlooked a lot of times as far as Oscar caliber performances are concerned. Everybody else around him gets nominated. He was phenomenal in Chicago. He should have gotten a nod. He didn't. He's great as Edward Lewis. This is a guy who he's had everything handed to him in his life, and he's vulnerable himself. He doesn't know how to be around people. He knows how to take over companies, but he doesn't know how to be a person. And Vivian brings that out in him, which is really kind of cool. At the end of the movie, you want them to get together at the end of the movie, and I'm not going to spoil the movie just in case you haven't seen it. Jason Alexander makes an appearance as as Edward's very sleazy attorney, and really he redefines the word sleaze. Um, he's in it to make the money. He doesn't care who gets hurt along the way. He wants to help Edward take these companies over because this is his purpose in life, is to just be this person. There's nothing redeeming about the guy. Um, he says he's Edward's friend and he loves Edward, but you really don't believe it. He's using Edward to get what he wants to get. So everything really comes to a head. The movie totally is worth your time and effort if you haven't seen it. I just love it. It's fun. It's got some great little lines in it. It's got some great, suck up lines in it. When she goes shopping on Rodeo Drive with him, it's just an absolute laugh riot because she goes into a store. They go into the store, I should say, kiss, Edward Lewis's ass, if you will. Um, there is a really great exchange after she's basically become Pretty Woman, if you will, to Roy Orbison's brilliant song playing in the background, and she actually gets to one up somebody who was just really just flat out mean to her. Um, in this day and age, when you see all sorts of romantic comedies come along, they use this as their blueprint. Great movie, great casting all the way around. Please give it a look see. You're really going to like it. I know you will. Joy Roberts just glows in this movie. She's shining as bright as a star in the sky in this one, and it's totally worth your time and effort. I give it about a 4.5 out of 5. There's a couple little tiny areas that are just annoying nitpicky things, but how things end up coming to fruition at the end, and it's just totally worth it. It's a chick flick, but I think guys will dig it too. So 4.5 out of 5. Give it a look see. Enjoy it. This is Leanne, Photoshop Queen of Schmoville, saying peace out, Mother F's. Later.